saw them in person, we were like, that's really not for us.
Yeah, after seeing Area 51 in person, it's a cool color.
It is.
But we saw it on a Bronco Sport, and we both just looked at each other like, ooh, no.
Yeah, and antimatter blue, we were...
Because it's such a flat color.
Yeah.
That it doesn't have any kind of pizzazz to it.
And honestly, we wish we'd have seen antimatter blue in person before we knocked it out. And we were like, that's not even an option, because once we saw it on a Bronco, like we saw it on the gas can, and we were like, no, I don't think that's great for us. But then we saw it on a Bronco, and we were like, man, we might have chosen that over Rapid Red.
Yeah,
we kind of.
I have a theory, and I don't know for sure, but I have a theory that one of the reasons they discontinued those two colors is because the difficulty to paint them.
I'm sure tint coats, right?
It's crazy. You know, we a lot of these Broncos are showing up with transit damage, and we're the repair facility for the Southeast. For Broncos that get transit damage, and I'm telling you that antimatter blue is impossible to panel paint. You have to blend half the dadgum vehicle just to make it match. So it's not a very user friendly color after the fact, but it is unbelievably gorgeous.
Well, that bleeds into a good question. So since you guys do repair, and I've seen in your videos where you show like you guys have, I'm amazed at how many are getting damaged. How does that say the customer's fine? Oh, they'll repair it fine. But how does that show up then on a Carfax? Does it show up as damaged, or how does that work for a customer?
So I don't know exactly, but I would assume that it does show up on a Carfax. So there's a difference when the actual manufacturer repairs it, they don't have to report it to the Carfax. If they crush in the front half, they decide they want to fix it. Technically, since they're the manufacturer, you'll never know about it.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind to think about that. But because we are technically not a manufacturer, we're just a repair facility. Our systems are tied into Carfax, so anything we do usually shows up on a Carfax. I say usually just because I have to legally leave myself some room just in case.
Sure.
It's going to show up what we did to the vehicle, and when it's one of our vehicles, we disclose everything. Even if it's something minor and the law doesn't require, because there's actually laws around this kind of stuff, which you do and do not have to disclose. But we're like, screw this, we're going to disclose everything because I don't want the headache later.
Right.
So it is the right thing to do. There, there's also that. So
yeah.
Well, so what do you say? Why do you think these things are been coming in damaged? Is it just them not knowing how to the shipping companies not knowing how to handle this kind of vehicle from Ford, or what?
Possibly, but I really don't know. I know that they all seem to have the exact same damage. It seems to be the very front nose of the hood and the grills kind of pushed in a little bit, and then there is there's damage on they're almost like something from behind is pushing on that spare tire and causes a crease in the tailgate from where the spare tire pushed into the tailgate. I have no idea how it's happening, but it seems to be the same exact damage. Out of all the damage that does happen, it seems to be the same. It's not like a crazy high percentage. In fact, recently it looks like Ford is resolved a lot of that, but man, there was a rash of them there for a minute.
Sounds like they're trying to squeeze too many on the haulers is what it sounds like to me.
And this,
I didn't hear you say anything. I just said it.
Well, and this is a style vehicle that they haven't had to deal with in 25 years, really. The fiberglass roofs and all that, they've just not had to deal with that. And of course, you take in consideration COVID, labor seems to be an issue now. Quality of labor seems to be a big issue. And, that's just a multiplier for really upset customers, though, right? Oh, and then I ask right mid drink there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I think a lot of that is just supply chain issues. And when I say supply chain, I mean, I guess we're talking about employment issues and just not being able to find enough good people to help transport the vehicles.
Right. Well, what do you got there, Kelly?
Just a question from Mark. I know you said it's not hugely common, but do you see more damage from rail or convoy, or
they're probably not getting convoy at all?
Rail, without question.
Are you guys, because I know Nashville seems to be the kind of in spot for convoys, or it seems like it anyways. We have a rail yard here, but are you getting any convoy stuff?
Bronco related, in full disclosure, I don't sit there and watch every truck that shows up.
Really?
Wow. I
mean, you act like you have other jobs to do, Mitchell. I mean,
Mitchell's got a life besides this.
So, and the other thing is that when they do come from the rail and come to us, is they're showing up on a an F-350 with a, so you kind of really don't know where did this one originate, because they all look the same. So you kind of have to do some digging to find out which one's which.